Welcome to the Bloom Era. Join Marie, Michelle, Vita, and Michelle, 4 lifelong friends, on our journey through perimenopause. We'll share our stories, insights, and laughter as we embrace this new stage of womanhood. Let's bloom together. Why am I so nervous?
What did we say? Hey guys, this is the Bloom Era podcast. We have a special surprise. It was such a surprise. She didn't know it was happening. I'm Marie.
I'm Vita.
Rachel.
Michelle.
Shelly.
And this is the Bloom Era podcast today. And this is part 2 of the Jessica Simpson midlife crisis analysis
Of her open book.
Of her book, open book, the memoir. And so in our first episode, we were talking about being a good girl, keeping up that persona. I think we won't get too much into it, but Rachel was also a top 20 good girl, like, which I mean, I wish you were here for the first one because I feel like you kind of knew how to play that, like the good girl in some circumstances, and like not
she definitely had her feet in both waters.
You were, I think you're definitely the Venn diagram of like not cool girl and this side.
I appreciate that perspective because that's not.
You didn't feel how you.
Give her an opportunity to tell us.
Yes. We're gonna tell you.
Awkward. I said I feel like we all feel madly awkward coming through high school, and nobody knows. You're figuring out who you are,
right? But I felt like you were like on the side that seemed way more.
I think you were more okay with searching for who you were instead of being what was expected.
You were, but
I think you were I think it's because you were super aware of what was expected. Like you had that. Like we did what was expected, but I wasn't aware I was doing it because it was what was expected.
Yeah, you probably had a more bird's eye view, like fish outside the bowl. You're like, no, I was a 14, 15-year-old girl.
I just appreciate
that perspective.
You just seem so much smarter than the rest of us.
You seem more sophisticated or something.
That's
like
very kind.
You didn't feel that way? You genuinely didn't feel that way.
Like what did you feel like you were a good girl in high school? Or did you feel pressure to be a good girl?
I felt like there were definitely clues about what societal norms you're supposed to meet. You're supposed to keep good grades.
Yeah.
You know. I danced, so I kept up with dance team. But it's really funny, especially for Michelle to say that because we met in middle school, and middle school was super awkward. You know, those were the hormones and the big changes. And she was like the shining, glowing sun of like beauty and popularity. And I was the kid who would not talk to anybody.
She did not talk to people. That is true.
I was like, this is weird. I don't enjoy this public experience with other people. And Michelle was like, you're going to be my friend. And I was like, cool, okay.
She would wear a jacket all the time and like hide in the jacket.
Yeah.
And
I was like, this has got to end at some point. Yeah.
She's going to eat in front of people.
So she was my.
But I think it's because you were so self-aware of what people were looking at. And like you were just, even when people weren't looking at, because I think every middle schooler is just like worried about themselves.
And I have questions like, does dance help or hurt that? Did performing help or hurt that? Because that was what I felt like you were very known. You were very smart. We knew you were a smart kid, but you were also dancer girl.
It felt like a different sphere too. So to me, those were not considered.
They were not interesting.
Yeah. And then like work was a different thing. So I always felt very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not categorized, but like everything had its own box.
Yeah.
Compartmentalized.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Get us passing that psychology.
So you did not quite answer our question. Like, did you feel like you were a good girl, or did you feel external pressure or internal pressure to be a quote unquote good girl?
I felt like, so I had a dad who explained that you should question things and question authority.
Oh.
So I think with me, it was a weighing out of what are the consequences and are the consequences worth
it.
Very
this
aware.
is what we're saying by like you always felt. Yeah, we didn't question. We did, even if it didn't make sense and the rules were arbitrary or stupid, we just followed them because we were told to follow them.
But most of the time, the consequences didn't weigh out, right? Like you need to go to school on time, or you have to go to Saturday school,
right?
You know, and who wants to go to Saturday school?
Yeah, like that was worth the effort to get there.
The effort to get to school on time, which didn't always happen, but you know, I did my best. I graduated, so, and I think that was the thing. Most of the time, whether or not I thought the rules were arbitrary and capricious, they were worth following to not suffer whatever consequence it was. And it wasn't detrimental to my value system. That was the thing.
See, so she was.
You are the self-actualized 17-year-old.
Definitely not.
She had a value system?
I was like,
What?
values.
I was just like,
We're like, we want the teachers.
I don't want to get yelled at. Please don't say I'm the bad person. Like I think that came across. You did come off as uniquely, unique and
thanks.
confident. Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate that because it wasn't. I was just trying to get there at 7:00.
So we were talking about in that last episode how like some of us read Jessica Simpson's book.
The shade we get.
But how she like, and we go through like, her marriage and all that. She was like we talked about like that, the role models of Britney Spears, and Jessica Simpson was the good girl one. And then how that kind of unraveled, and when she got divorced and did her Dukes of Hazzard stuff. So I think that's what this episode is about, where we're talking about. And it sounds like you didn't have to go through like anything external, where like my self-worth is not based on these external validation of being a good girl. Like I think the rest of us, if to some extent,
we didn't realize it
struggle
till
with
the
it.
end of the last episode. So
Yeah.
So what did you guys feel like were your consequences if you
people wouldn't like us.
okay?
Our parents would be disappointed.
If you
our teachers would be
explored
disappointed.
outside of that paradigm.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how you said explore, because this is how we ended last episode, by realizing that with the exception of Marie, we have all been afraid to fail. So we have not, and I know you have a big fear
Which
of
again
failure,
is
too.
saying Marie.
No, that's not what we're saying at all. We love that how you started
you took
businesses,
risks.
you started schools, and you did it. You didn't
took
fail.
risks.
You did it.
No,
You
I did.
wrote a book.
I did fail, but it was still funny.
No,
Love
this
it.
really
Did it.
is. It's not failed.
It's,
You
it's
did
different,
it.
but yes, you're right. You're right.
did
But no, it's just funny though.
That's not what I'm
Except
saying.
for we have all continued to succeed.
No. I will say that my fear of
Fear.
my
That creativity.
fear of failing has paralyzed me for the last 30 years of my life, like to this day. Like I still have that. So
Yeah.
like
You're like,
I'm not
this is
unraveled
not a
yet.
joke. Marie.
Okay, Marie.
I think
Marie, I am serious.
What
I can't
happens
even
if
make
do
phone calls
fail?
sometimes. I'm so scared of failing.
Will you text me and I'll call them for you? And
Okay.
we'll-
And then put you on.
like a three-way call. We could do it. We should do it. Like, but what happens if the failure happens? What is that failure? I think sometimes naming what that failure is helps you
That's
get through it.
really existential.
I know, but like, what's the worst? Are you going to lose
Just-
your house? You're going to lose your kids? You're going to lose your, your livelihood? Probably not.
Yeah. So then why do it?
Yeah.
If
It's
I
like,
don't do it,
is it Saturday school? No.
Do I have
So you can do it.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like our
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago, we talked about Vita changing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not changing a job because the grass might be greener, but it might be browner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know until it happens, and I'm too scared to take that chance.
Do you
that I
wish-
might be happier somewhere else when I'm okay where I'm at.
Do you wish you would take that chance? Do you wish you would change careers?
I wish I was brave enough to, but no,
But
I'm
What would
there's
you
not
do?
like. I'm just thinking
You'll
like
have to watch
the
that
same-
episode.
the same- no, I'm thinking the same thing, just somewhere else. But
So,
Rachel's like,
so I've
I'm
been,
not gonna. I'm gonna retire from the state.
I've been thinking about that, but to some extent, I've changed jobs, but I've stayed in the same field. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
I've been
that's what
set
I'm
up to do.
Mm-hmm.
But had I really taken the big risk, I would have. I mean, I think I wanted to do something completely different. So I have opened up my risk kind of circle, but it's
Yeah.
still not completely like broken
Yeah.
free. And like you're saying, what are the consequences? And it's like, well, maybe we'll have to downsize our house and not be in Williamson County. Like, but all those things, like I've built up this life that I feel like it's the life I'm supposed to live.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And that's okay.
yeah, but it's like, am I willing to risk that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
or
do I
just
want to be a
other
person who?
people will know you failed?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. She's no longer an engineer. She had a failing business. You know, like what is it?
Nobody looks at you as a failure. I promise. Stop
But
this.
any of those people, would you lose sleep over any of their
No,
opinions?
no.
And all of the people whose opinions matter are going to support you literally no
Right.
matter what. Like,
Yeah.
So we'd also talk. I don't know if you've seen We Don't Care Club.
Yes, I
Okay.
love that. And I was going to bring that up. That's
Okay.
amazing. I
So-
love it.
I think that is the beginning.
we
of
love it too, but I am not a member yet. I cannot. I don't earn membership because I still care.
But
What do you care
who
about?
do you care about? Whose opinion do you
I
care
don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. Like, there's not anybody in particular. It's not like I have a group of people who are outside judging me.
It's not a single person. It's everybody.
Thank you, Shelley.
Society.
Yeah.
Is it you too?
I mean, for the most part, yeah. Like I've just recently kind of started going out without makeup on to the grocery store and
about? Oh,
stuff.
friend.
Fascinating.
Welcome to the club.
You know,
If my grandmother could see how I exist in public, she would be mortified.
I almost wore my workout shirt and sports bra today, and I was like, no, I can't do it.
See, I was going to, but then I had to go to work today. So
I am still wearing the leggings, but
my mom is like, when she sees me pull up to stuff, she's like, are you serious? Are you serious, Marie? Like nothing.
that's
No
funny.
makeup, no hair, nothing. You're not. And I'm, oh yeah,
See, my mom's always been like a
more my side.
yes,
of
yes,
the, yeah,
just
like,
very comfy, not fancy. Not. I mean, she can dress up, but
Yeah.
she.
This is dressed
Usually.
up, guys. Like I dressed up for y'all.
oh, I love it.
Because-
You look beautiful.
Oh,
You
thanks.
do. You do. She's like, I didn't know you were going to make me be on a podcast.
But yeah, I was like, oh, I'm going to put on a real clothes today. I mean, I work from
That's true, you
home,
work
so
from
that's
home.
part of
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
This is, oh, that doesn't help
That's
at
part
all.
of the crutch there is nobody sees me. And
Yeah.
we know in advance if I'm going to have to be on a meeting and, look
Yeah.
like a person.
Up from here up.
But,
Yeah.
But then it's kind of nice because honestly, like, who cares? Like, who cares? Like, what person am I going to care?
No.
What opinion
But
they
you did
have?
care for a long
Yeah.
time, a lot.
I did in high school.
Yeah. How do you,
Mhm.
when did you stop caring and how did you stop caring?
That's a good question. I would say probably when I started working from home because it was sort of a cost benefit analysis of like the ratio of energy. Like, who cares? And somebody who's going to judge me, probably never going to see that person again. So
I will go to the grocery store now without makeup, but I still wear makeup every day to work.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I get
Are you
presentable for
physically
work.
in the
We had to
office?
go in 3 days.
okay,
But the other day I had to go in like at lunchtime for a
Mhm.
meeting, and I didn't put my makeup on that morning, and then I left for my meeting. I forgot. And I was debating like the whole way there. Should I stop at the dollar store and buy some foundation? I didn't. I went to work with no makeup.
and did anybody?
Because we
notice?
don't care.
Well, nobody said anything, but I work with a bunch of guys, so they all like,
They
oh
did
my
not-
gosh,
they
how
did
are
not
your makeup
notice.
today?
They'd be like, you look tired.
Like probably because the eye makeup's where it really is.
Yeah.
It's not the foundation. It's the eye makeup
They-
that makes me look more tired.
I don't wear makeup like hardly ever in any way, shape, or form. And
Naturally, this beautiful.
well, no, I mean like I just don't. But I
Keep
mean,
bragging. Go
no,
ahead.
no. Well, I failed at everything else. I just,
You haven't
No,
done anything.
no,
as far as I know.
yeah. But no, but when I do, it's very awkward on the days when I have like like when I get a haircut
Mhm.
and then the lady does my hair and then I go in the next day and they're like, I mean, people act like I'm just
Oh,
like,
that's funny.
and they're just like, look at you. Oh my, I mean, the dudes, all of them, not in any kind of like flirtatious
Yeah,
way. It's
just
just
like-
genuinely like, whoa.
Is it like insulting though? You're like, how do I look the rest of the
It's
time?
always getting there. And I'm like, yeah, it's a hair dryer.
I washed it.
Exactly. I mean, one time, this was even when I was still like doing makeup and stuff like that. But one of the guys was, he's an older guy, and he was like, "Oh, you look so nice today." And I was like, "I took a shower," and his face was like, "You don't do that every day."
I don't know. It's because you have curly hair. So if you like
It's
style
very- oh,
it straight
yeah,
out of the
once you-
shower, like
yeah.
if you wear it curly, it's
Once I'm
sometimes
committed
it's,
to one, like even
Yeah.
this, I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing because
It
of the
looks
rain.
great.
I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was going to
looks
stay.
good. But
But no. So do you guys? I mean,
that's
I feel
funny.
like,
So I never wore makeup in like high
Mhm.
school or college, and then.
But yeah. So, but I mean, like,
But
you
it's
were
when I
very much
started
like-
working, like when I started working in a law firm every day, then I started like putting in makeup and then like getting ready in the mornings. And then I stopped for a while. And then I think like when we moved here, my rosacea was really bad and it's still bad. So I have a lot of redness. So then I started.
So it was out of
doing it, yeah.
necessity in a lot of ways. I mean, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Because I think
Response
like,
to-
yeah, when I worked at like a big law firm, it
Mm.
was like,
of course you've
more
got.
like,
I mean,
yeah,
they're
and
very.
it's like part of, they tell you like,
there's a
don't
culture
wear,
of what you
don't
wear at a-
skirts without pantyhose. And it's like
Right.
old school. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they lectured us on that like when we started. It was insane.
like in court is that way. Like, I mean, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
But I mean,
like
like,
There's a decorum.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. And that's when I like just started. And then
Just for
I kept,
context, these three are bar passing lawyers. I don't know, various degrees of.
We don't practice law legally.
Right. I was like, I don't want to say what people are doing with that law degree.
We've all taken
but
past the bar.
Yes.
We'll
we've
leave
all
it that
taken a
far.
bar exam and passed.
And passed
yes.
it.
I passed too.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. You did in
Just
New
one for
Mexico
me.
too. Yeah.
just
That was enough.
none. So I'll take one of Michelle's.
I'm not using it.
Right, 5 bar tests. We can go.
Yeah,
We'll get one.
I do want to
Yeah.
have that later.
But so unraveling, I feel like that is a good. If
Yeah.
you've entered the We Do Not Care Club, feels
Yeah.
like that's the first step
Step
of
of unraveling,
the
yeah.
unraveling. Like
But I
I'm
feel like
letting go of all
Maybe
these.
because I didn't care early
Yeah.
that I care now. I don't.
Yeah.
I cared about different stuff.
Why
I
does she
always cared.
care, Rachel? Why does she care now? And
Yeah,
she didn't
Rachel
care
has all the
then?
answers.
Yeah.
Speak into the microphone, please.
But also,
So Mark doesn't yell at us.
Yeah. There you
it's okay to care.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Well, see?
wrong with that.
Wisdom.
There it is.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. You get to pick what your priorities are in a day. And if it's a priority, then it's a priority. And
I do get ready in 5 minutes for everything.
Yeah, like I know you're not
One
late.
of the things that I really admire about you is like your fitness routine. You're really good. You mind what you eat. You're
Yeah.
healthy.
But that's because I also care. Like, and part of it is like practical.
But you
Like,
care
I
for
want,
yourself.
I want to like when I'm 80, I want to be able to get off the floor. But I also
Yes.
want to look good in a swimsuit. Like,
Duh. Like if there's a
Like, it
perk,
doesn't.
there's a perk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah, everybody wants that. You're just willing to do the work that it takes to get
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
And I admire that dedication. It's the same dedication
Thank you.
had
And it's
being
not-
valedictorian.
Yes. And we talked about that.
Yeah, it's just your next goal.
yeah, but I'm not the best at fitness.
Does that really? Do you genuinely
No.
think? Okay, I was gonna say, wait.
No, but I do feel like I do put more work into my fitness than I ever did into my schoolwork, and I don't get the same results.
It's frustrating. You're like,
That's
wait a
frustrating.
minute.
I feel like for the amount of like protein I eat and fiber I eat and weights I lift, I should like look better than I do. But
I don't.
I think though you will look back. You know, we talked about not knowing at 20. I think you will look back in 10 years and think, oh my gosh, I looked
So
this.
no, I hope I look better in 10 years than I do now.
Oh well, there's that too. She just wants to outperform everything.
Doesn't
Your old
It's myself.
Yeah, I think if you put you in a room with 100 other 40-year-olds, you would be on the top 10 hot side.
You'll be on
Yeah.
the upper end.
Yeah, I mean, just saying,
100%.
you know, just
100%.
100 random 40-year-olds, you know, you would definitely be in the top 10 hottest. I mean, unless we go grab them from Hollywood, but like we talked earlier.
Again,
you can't put
Michelle, you're not a
Local
LA
one.
10.
Asheville 10
Well,
for 40-year-olds. You know, like she's got all these kids in this room.
I am.
Damn it. Just kidding.
I'm not top 1. I'm top 10 in this room.
We still got it.
We're all still the top 20 guys.
Still top 20.
20
Still top 20.
in this room.
Because Hollywood has like the medical assistants that
Yeah.
I'm saying
they
the
do.
average person here does
Marie
not
will
have.
send pictures of like Kris Kardashian and be like,
She's-
she's having $150,000 surgery is what she's having.
I want the. You're like,
You don't need that.
not yet.
Just
But
don't
when I
do the
just-
cheek thing.
No,
It's
it's
like
a
she's got
filler.
lollipops in her
No, she
mouth.
looks good now. She fixed it with that. She
Did
got her
she?
filler
Okay.
dissolved
Like
and got that new facelift.
But let's
The-
talk about
the
why
deep
we
clean
feel the
piece.
pressure to not age graceful. Like,
Tell
why?
me, because I do feel that.
Why though?
You don't?
Not. I think it's exhaustion. Have it too. Go ahead. I need you to have another baby, and you will not care about any of this.
I had
I
a
do think
2-year-old.
there's a perspective.
And you
that
didn't
me,
care
and,
then.
me and Rachel
I do
have
care. I worked out
40-year-old
all the time,
babies, and
That's true.
Yeah,
it is a
I do.
different, like, what am I going to
I
do?
want to age in a way that's healthy, so
Yeah.
that when she's 40, I'm still around and not
Right.
in a nursing
I
home, and
do a
she's
lot
having
for
to
like
care for me.
longevity too, but I also do stuff like, I do Botox and whatever for like, that's got nothing to do with longevity. That's purely
And that's
aesthetics.
Yeah.
That's totally.
But I think that
okay.
it's like you feel good. I feel like yourself. Like you
Yeah.
want to look like what
I
you
feel
want to
like
look
those
like.
boosts to self confidence are part of self care.
Yeah.
If that's what works for you, then that's what works for you.
Yeah. It's funny. So a lot of, because I think I knew being pretty, a lot of being pretty was about being fertile. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Right.
pretty so you can attract a
mate.
mate
Yes,
and
yes.
blah, blah, blah.
And like biologically, that makes a lot of
It's
sense.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when my hair started going gray, it was gray the day I got married. Like it was
Yeah.
gray. I'm 22 years old. And then I had Ren. And I think there was a bit of me that was like, oh, I'm done having babies. And so that year I was like, I'm just going to let my hair go gray,
You
right?
put those two together in your mind. You were like, I'm done having babies. So I'm
No,
gonna go
not
gray.
till later, because this is what screwed me up.
Uh.
In my mind, so as I watched my hair go gray and I'd let it grow out, that was a big conversation I had with myself in the mirror. Is like, you're not fertile anymore, and you know it because your hair is gray.
Oh.
You're not fertile anymore. Like
Interesting.
that's not the type of
Uh.
beauty you need anymore because you're not fertile. Well, how'd I get pregnant?
You
And
were-
it was very late. Because once I got pregnant, I was like, that was when I
'Cause then you were
realized that's
pregnant
what I
with
was
gray hair,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, and I'm like going to every.
Did you find that empowering though? Like that shift?
Yeah, because I'd been gray for long enough. I think if it happened like right when I got done growing out gray, I'd be like, what in the
Yeah.
like it
And
would
you
have been
start like I think the fact that you started going gray really young, when you were obviously like a hot 22-year-old,
right? Like it didn't affect me.
Yeah, then you knew like it wasn't really tied to aging as much because you.
Right. I knew it was already
young,
happening even when I was young. But it was very like I realized after I had Wilder, I was like, I genuinely thought I was not fertile. Like my hair meant I was not fertile. And
is there a tie to that? Like. At all, besides just like typically people
just typically
gray around the time they're
married. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's tons of nutritional deficiencies going on, but me and Bobby are both like,
I don't think
Bobby was gray.
I think it's more genetic than nutritional.
My mom was gray, and she
went gray. She let her gray go after you did.
Yeah, she did.
It's like
so I
empowered her.
I empowered her. I empowered all like these Filipino, like they were all coloring their hair. The lady I go to for my haircuts now, I used to go to for my hair coloring. And then I stopped, and then they all stopped, and I was like, I ruined your business. Because all the Filipino ladies
have to go get your hair cut more often now. Because
my grandma was like, she's in the Philippines, and she would chat with us, and me and my mom had both gone gray, and she was like, I'm not stopping. Y'all can look like dum-dums. But now she's gone gray, too. She's like, but I do feel like I've started something for the Filipino, like, but just that.
For the national Filipino
community can say thank you to but no,
their pocketbooks can like, say thank you.
Exactly. They're like, thank God, now we can go. But do you trust yourself more now than you did at 25? Do you feel?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
I question things much. Like if I was me when I don't think I would have got married. I just question everything so much. Like I have a hard time.
Today you question everything.
I do. Back then I was like,
go
yes,
with the flow.
Feels the right thing to do.
Your decision, your gut.
Yes.
You don't trust it now.
No.
Fascinating.
I
do you trust it more? The ladies that said yes, they trust it. Yes. Did you trust it more?
I trust it more
now than you did before.
Yeah.
Like you questioned yourself when you were 25?
No, I think I'm smarter now. Like more knowledgeable, so I trust myself more.
I agree. I think I have more wisdom now. I don't feel like I made bad decisions in my early 20s. There's appropriate decisions. I was a lot riskier, but I didn't have a lot to lose back then. So I mean, but I feel like I just think I'm gone through more experiences, and I just feel like I have a lot more wisdom now than I did before.
I also have a good feedback crew though too. I mean, I still feel like at any point I could call any of y'all and say, okay, here's a decision I'm going through. You may have gone through something similar. What's your feedback here?
Right.
And I think you also
you do that though. You reach out for feedback.
Yeah.
I don't.
Maybe so start reaching out.
Do you do research?
Yeah, I Google.
So you reach out for feedback, just not to your friends.
Yeah,
that's probably not healthy. Marie reaches out to ChatGPT.
I sure do. I was gonna say that's my real buddy.
That's pulling from that's pulling from real people and real things. You know, so it's people's experiences. It's just not people you know.
Yeah.
You are asking for
You're
input.
still crowdsourcing it too.
Yeah.
You're just choosing better.
It's like reading a product review on a thing before you buy it. You know.
Do you trust yourself more after motherhood or more prior?
Ooh.
Because that was a significant shift.
Yeah, it was. It was like being a mother definitely, I think, defines me now. Like that's was a defining moment for my identity now. I don't know. Like I never I over researched motherhood the same way I do everything else. But
was that the beginning of the over research?
Probably. Yes. Oh, okay. Yes, actually it was. But it was definitely a lot of what do you call it? Like confirmation bias, where I would read the books that resonated with me. I'm like, okay, this is the type of parent I feel like I want to be. So I'll read these books and be like, see, this is why we have to do this.
Yeah.
So do you research to a point that you get to decision fatigue?
Yeah.
So then you have a default position. So you're just researching back to your intuitive position.
You said guilty. What
but this is
you should see it's a confirmation though.
It is. Yeah, no, it's 100%.
Yeah.
So it is you should be able to trust yourself then if you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It should show you that you're trustworthy to yourself.
Just keep a data sheet of those decisions. Here's my initial decision. Here's the decision I reached after research.
You got that spreadsheet up?
Do you think I keep a data sheet? I don't make spreadsheets.
So, I mean, at the end of our last episode, we kind of circled around the word failure, that was really kind of what the, so what do you think you could fail at? It's what Rachel asked at the beginning, what could you possibly lose?
Yeah.
So what would you do if you couldn't fail?
I think that's that a lot. Yeah, I wonder that a lot. I don't know. How about you guys?
I'd write that book.
Oh,
would you?
Yeah.
What would the book be about? What do you want to write about?
oh, I don't know, murder or something supernatural.
Oh, like a
Something-
fiction.
Yes. Yeah. Because so Marie and I,
Yes, we have chatted about that.
yes, and we're the same personality
Yeah,
type.
very.
So I think part of our personality type is you want people to see you as creative and value that creativity.
Yeah.
So that's like one of those things, and it's really easy to fall back onto your intellect.
Yeah.
And like, oh,
That's true, because both you guys are like very like rational, very smart people, and that's easy. Like that's a definite.
Yeah,
You know,
that would
but
be a
creative,
fear.
there's never a definite in creativity.
That would be a
So
fear.
people
You put
might not
something
like
out
your
there.
story.
Yes, you put something
But some
out
people
there
won't like it, and
creatively,
some
people are
people will.
"Oh,
That's what
awful.
creative. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Ah.
You know? That would be a
Oh,
so
do
are
it.
you gonna write?
I'm
too tired.
I'm too tired.
Okay, we'll give you till your
Yeah.
kid's 5.
You
Yeah.
get till
Give me till
3 more
school
years.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
It would just be a hobby project.
5
not
is like a-
anything real, you know.
Yeah, but there's nothing like what's to lose there too. Like
True.
nothing. Like I mean, right now you have like a finite amount of time too, and a very time-consuming child.
Yeah.
But like,
What would you do?
I don't know. Like I think I knew. Like that's what I've been. That's my
That's the
personal
question.
quest. That's my question. Is like, what would I do? I don't know. I don't know. Like what do I like to do? Like I'm wondering. Like, what do I want to be doing in 10 years and 5 years? Like sometimes I get like you mentioned. Like you're like, oh well. These people started a business. Why could I not do that?
Mhm.
And then I'm like, well, because it would fail and it'd be a lot of work. And then do
Yeah.
I want to put all that effort into it? And like,
Yeah.
kind of like hanging out with my husband and my kids, you know, and like
Is it real? Like,
going to the gym and going for walks and all this other stuff takes a lot of time. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do.
Well, maybe you should
That's-
just be okay with having that. Like you're
Yeah.
your soft wife error, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
And that's great.
And maybe
It's
sometimes you're always kind of questioning, or maybe like you feel like should be doing more, but maybe you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like don't overthink it. This is exactly where you need and want to be.
Yeah. And I don't feel like something's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, because we were the overachievers,
Mhm.
even accidentally, not necessarily on purpose. Like, do you feel like that pressure of like we were all honor kids, like, oh, you were supposed to like the potential.
I
And did you
don't.
reach your potential?
No, I don't feel like I've like wasted potential or anything. I don't. I do remember once we went back to Antioch after we graduated. Do you guys remember this? And we were talking to Miss Clayton. I know you guys were there.
I think we're in her classroom.
Oh, what are you doing after college or whatever? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to law school. And then Marie was like, she's marrying a doctor. She's gonna stay at home. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Miss Clayton was like, no. Do you remember?
I do now. I remember.
So she's not alive anymore. So I don't. But that's the only person I think of who's like, oh, they might be sad.
Oh,
And then I kind of think,
and
and I kind of think it's funny. Like honestly, it's like, oh, what are you doing? Especially like when my kids were little, and it's like, oh, wipe butts for a living, you know, like. Like, but no, I don't feel like
valuable.
it is, and it's a lot of
100%.
work. Like I will say, like sometimes
Maybe the most
external,
valuable thing.
sometimes external validation of oh, you're doing a good job is
Mhm.
like you miss that. You don't get that when you're a mom. But I don't like. I don't feel like I've wasted potential.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Shelley, what would you do?
My risk taking, I think, probably would have been way back before I took the path I'm on. But now that I'm on the path, I like where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to change anything now, but what could have been back if I had started way back when.
We talk about that too in another episode. Like when we talked about our career episode, like what would you be? And I'm like, I still am like an FBI agent in my heart. Like I think I'd be really good at that. I'm too old. I age out.
I just
The
got
class
class
act
it. I was
can
like,
say-
hold on. What?
No.
I age out of that. But
We could rope Sarah into that, maybe.
she's too old too.
Yeah,
And there's like, I mean, there is a physical, like you have to be able to pass, like you have to do pull-ups and all that. And, you know, like I have a law degree and I could do, yeah. So I was like, oh, but I've aged out. I'm too old for it. But that's the only thing that's still.
Architect. That would be probably.
Oh,
That's where I'd
could have been at that.
That's what
Been really
started
good.
me with civil engineering. I was too
Okay.
scared to do architect, so I did civil engineering instead.
Why did you not do architect?
I think I fell into law because I studied English
Mhm.
because I loved people's stories. That's what I was really attracted to. And then I got an English degree and I was like, whoa, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
Like, what's my
Mhm.
practical application here? And several people were going to law school. So I was like, well, I guess I should do that. And then I did that.
I mean, that's why I went to law school too. I was a history
we all
major.
have such similar stories because we're all good girls, and it's like, what's the practical, stable path?
Yeah. What's the next
Yeah,
step?
versus who cares that
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow my heart and my passion. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, same thing. I think I liked architecture too. I liked art,
Mhm.
but it was like, and then I went to Vanderbilt to study anthropology.
Yeah.
And then it was like, that's kind of like my essay was all about all that, this and that.
That's
and
how you
then
got in.
that's how I got in. And then it was like, oh, what am I supposed to do with that degree? Let's do something. Civil engineers, they'll always have a job. Engineers always have jobs.
But I do wish we had had an opportunity in high school or younger to figure out what our passions were. And some of that only comes through life experience. Like I didn't really realize I loved architecture that much until I got into.
And there's so many jobs
I don't
you
think
don't
I
even
have a
really
passion.
know.
Like there is nothing out
Shelley,
there that I'm just like obsessed with.
Organization,
Yeah.
logic, being on time, being like like things that make sense. Like
I think
avoid
being an
conflict.
engineer.
being an engineer, yes.
What makes you happy? Family aside.
She was like, I was sorry for him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I do,
What
Shelley.
kind of TV shows do you watch?
Wait, real quick. Buffy the Vampire is coming back. Are you so excited?
She was
I
obsessed
like
with
that.
that.
I guess I like love stories. Like
Okay.
when I read books, I usually
Really?
choose love stories.
I know.
So not like romance novels,
I
but
love
like
science
your,
fiction.
your Jane Austen-y type stuff. But even modern, like like not interpretations, but like people that have redone.
You've always
that kind
like,
of period.
yeah.
Yeah, so love stories. So almost like your romantic comedies,
So
but in a
that's
book
like
form.
relationships, people, and how they fit together. And
Yeah.
that's
But
my other passion is
good
quantum
ones,
physics.
Like this love stories, though.
I love that. First of all, can we
So-
do that? Can we like have a second career and do that?
What quantum
I tell Jeff all the
physics?
time. I'm gonna take some classes in quantum
Like,
physics.
alternate realities.
Yeah.
And get Shelley looped in, like doing the romance side of things,
Yeah.
and like matching up people who weren't together the first time around. See what happens.
Have you read Midnight Library?
Yes.
Like my, I guess every
That's
day is very
awesome.
logical and
Mm-hmm.
just like
See?
the book kind of thing. So like that's why I don't read nonfiction. That's why when you did this, it's not my thing. I'm like I get enough nonfiction walking out the front door.
Yeah.
So everything I read is just fiction, and then I trend
Fanciful.
towards the love stories.
Yeah.
Or I even do like some kind of like the fantasy, like the I didn't do like the Vampire Diaries book, but I mean I did the show and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And like
You
the
do like
Vampire
the
Diaries
dragon,
and
like
stuff.
the Fourth Wing and stuff. Do you read that stuff? That
I don't know
type
what that
of
is. So
book?
no.
Oh, there's some fantasy books there.
Yeah. So
Didn't your brother read all those?
I think
Those-
Melissa and Bobby get into all the nerd stuff.
All the fairies and the
Yes.
So very fanciful stuff was what I kind of tend towards, like as far as like entertainment, because I feel like I guess my life is so logically
Mm-hmm.
ordered.
But do you wish your life was more like that, or do you like having that separate?
I don't know. I guess I get both of them that way.
It's true.
What are
I need
you
a
afraid
private.
of, Vita? Is it just losing Williamson County House?
No.
No.
Well, a lot of it's just losing. It goes back to family.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
Yeah.
stability and setting up my kids for the
Mhm.
future.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm gonna, I didn't feed them all the right foods, and like for some reason I'm gonna stunt their growth
Yes.
and like traumatize them. Like when I do get angry, and it's like stuff like that. Like I guess
Mhm.
so for me, like the whole Williamson County thing, it's not necessarily for me.
Mhm.
More for like this is the best place for my kids,
Right.
supposedly,
Right.
kind of thing. Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of so my fear would be like the whole not taking risks is like,
Have I deprived my kids of something?
yeah, like is that being like selfish?
No.
I don't know. I guess
You're risking their future. It's a
Yeah.
risk. It's a
Yeah.
risk that's more than just yours.
yeah.
I think when you've got other people on your plate, it's
Yeah.
a little.
It's like I feel like
But then I worry so much that I've optimized their life so much that I haven't given them enough grit, and now I've messed them up that way. So-
yes, that's true too. My husband and I have had that conversation. It's like, well, what's the balance between like making sure they do face some challenges and have
What's the right
Character-
amount of trauma?
yes, exactly.
We want to make
It's
them
like-
interesting people.
Right. But then it's like that same whole conversation. Are we damaging them by thinking we're doing right by them? And so I guess that's a big fear. And I don't I guess, but my whole life is kind of family oriented right now. If we were to take that out, there's not a ton that I worry about otherwise.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe that's just so all consuming.
It is all consuming.
That's really hard we've talked about this, to even think about what I want for myself and my passions. It's like
I will say, and you
Yeah.
guys have, well, Marie's got a little one too, but yours are younger too.
Yeah.
Like when it gets, I don't feel like I really had a better hold on anything when they're were that age. Like everything was like around my children. So I do feel like, and they're still like the vast majority of where all my energy goes, but like it is not quite as all consuming now that they're a little older. It's consuming in a different way, but
I mean, I think that's part of the unraveling is and I mean, I'd love for you to talk more about this too, but motherhood becomes such a huge part of the identity that we don't know where. And so I think, that happens typically like right after you're done being quote unquote beautiful for, like when you're consumed with finding the mate and now you move into the mother and then, see, that's what this is about. Like the archetype.
You had this whole archetype thing that
I made mother and crone.
Yes.
But no.
Oh, you're going to love.
You're going to have to come for next part. Yeah, we'll see you next month.
No,
I'm straddling the mother crone. Like I feel like
these archetypes.
Okay, yeah. Like, explain them. Yeah,
like I don't know all these things.
It's psychology.
It's psychology.
Thing, right?
You can explain it because you see
just
more.
Very briefly. The mate is your youth. You're fancy free, young, beautiful. You move it. You shift into motherhood. You own that identity. And then crone is once your children have sort of aged out and you are empty nesting. So you're moving back into a solo identity, but you're at that place of wisdom and being able to. You become part of the I don't care club. We do not care club. And I was thinking the other day. I guess you guys have all seen the movie Practical Magic.
Yes.
And they're coming out with
I was going to say, another one of those too.
Super excited about that. But I was thinking about like, gosh, I always like identified with, the Nicole Kidman character and Sandra Bullock. And I'm like, no, man, I'm writing my crazy aunt drinking margaritas phase now.
Exactly.
I'm still mothering.
Yes, right. But I think like we really are, it's just such a weird mix because we are pushing it later and like it's all mixed together and it's all different. And so, and like even hormonally, like losing the estrogen and everything, like that is literally becoming the crone. Like it's like the BS is like, I'm tired. Oh, so like, did y'all know this? Did I tell y'all this? Like when your body, I was talking to ChatGPT and it was like, I was like, why? I said, why is it so crazy? Why is perimenopause so crazy? And I was like, oh, it's because your brain wants stability. It just wants what always happens. Right. And so it's like, egg, I need an egg. And your ovaries or whatever is holding the eggs are like, I don't have a lot of eggs left. Right. And the brain's like, yeah, no, but give me another egg. And so it's like pressuring your down there to be like, give me an egg. I don't want to like screw up all the y'all. Anyways. And then I was like, well, why doesn't the ovary or whatever just tell it like there's no more eggs? And it's like, it doesn't know how. And part of it is like an evolution thing. Like our hormones haven't balanced out to be like we're living so much longer and our bodies aren't actually used to. But I was like, is it people pleasing? And it was like, yeah, your ovaries just want to please the brain. And so as all those hormones are going away, that desire to please things that you can't please goes away as well. And so it's all like we're literally physically becoming that, not just emotionally.
Well, estrogen is known as a self-sacrifice.
Yes,
hormone.
exactly.
So as that is depleting in your body, you're having less of like hormonal drive to
please everybody,
to sacrifice your own needs.
That's when you become and we don't know what to do with that because we've been
still have too much estrogen.
Well, like that nurturing. That's that's what you get.
That's what you're getting.
Because when you have a small baby, you're self-sacrificing everything.
Oh,
sleep, your meals, your sanity,
your entire body
this person alive.
And so so we're doing that physically in a lot of ways, but we're also trying to prepare for that emotionally. I guess just so we're not like here forever, because I would literally stay here and talk to y'all about this. What are as we're moving in and we're shifting, like the metrics of success? What does success look like, or do you think it's starting to look like for you now? Like, I think mine is like peace. Like I just want as much and like real peace, like not like everybody's not mad. Like everybody not being mad is like just a Band-Aid. Like I want everybody to genuinely feel good and comfortable in their skin, myself included. Like I want that for me as much as I want it for my kids. So I think that's my metric. So I'm just
go to Shelly first.
Shelly,
the metric for
like success. Like what is success? Like
in this
life?
phase of life. Like I'm on my deathbed, I look back and I said I had a nice life.
Or just like, what do you want this next stage of life to be successful in this next phase of life?
You can look back at this period of time. And think, okay, I did it right.
I want my kids to be empathetic.
That's great. Yeah, that's a great one.
I want me and Matt to still be close.
Yeah.
And as far as doing stuff, I want us to travel.
Yeah, mine's definitely like maintaining relationships, have a good relationship with my sister and my mom and my husband and my kids, like thinking how involved I am with my kids now and how like I just, when they're 30, I don't want them, I don't want to lose. I mean, obviously we'll have a different relationship, but I still want to have relationships, and with my friends and with you guys. Like I think relationships is what.
Yeah. I would say probably balance is what I want to look back at this period of time. Obviously, the first and foremost is for my daughter to be healthy and happy and living in her, best version of whatever her life is, however she sees that. But to feel like I've had balanced time for relaxation, balanced time for my family. And because we are also entering into, at some point we're going to be a caretaking phase of our parents,
or have been.
Having that,
or have been, both of y'all.
Yeah. So just having balance and being able to slow down and appreciate what's happening now. Because I have a lot of trouble of looking too far forward or too far backward and missing what's happening right in front of me.
What's your method?
Yeah, so hard. And it kind of goes by similar to everybody, like making sure the kids are happy and then they grow up to be good people and kind of, and that they're happy as adults and they become, and whatnot. And, having that relationship with my husband. But I just feel like, should it all just go back to family? I guess I'm thinking kind of about your comment. I kind of really like the whole balance aspect of being present. There is a part of me that feels like I need to focus a little bit more on myself. So but it's hard to balance that with that strong desire to do for others. The whole, so I don't know. I guess having a little bit more of a balance would
I feel like you've gotten better at that just over this last year, Rita. And I think part of it's because your kids are getting older, and part of it's because like you've realized, like, hey, I deserve value my health and my sanity as well. So.
Yeah. Agreed. Ditto to all of that.
But copy in our chat.
I do. What are y'all gonna fail at?
Ooh.
What's something you're like, I'm okay with, I'm going to do that and I'm going to
that's a hard
try to fail. I'm going to be okay with failure. Because I think that's really.
Do you have one?
This entire thing, this entire podcast thing. And I have to remind myself. So y'all, like my big, and y'all know this. I'm going to say this and y'all are going to be like, duh. But like being silly is the way I protect myself from feeling rejected or like I failed or whatever. So the faster I can make a joke about it, the faster I don't have to feel the pain of all that stuff. And that's being dismissed. You've pointed that out to me growing up. Like you don't have to be the damsel in distress and don't have to act ditzy. Because you call me out on it because you're like, you're just. Well, I don't think I ever was like, oh, Michelle's mean about this. I was like, she saw what I was playing. Like, what can I do with that? Like, I think you were very honest with me, but I think I was very honest with myself too. Like ditzy and like, oh, explain that to me. It was a protection piece. And you were like, don't minimize yourself. And, I was just like, what a blessing to have voices in my head that were like, that saw that and said, don't do that. And so I've been talking to ChatGPT. I'm not lying. And I'm like, because I feel like, no, because like, I've talked about this in this like, I feel like I've seen things like the Enneagram before it became super big and everybody was doing it, like marriage therapy on Instagram. Like, but I was always like, I can see where things are going, but I don't want to take it too seriously. Like, but if I had like legit like thrown myself in there and really been not afraid to fail or like been okay with failure.
You like dip your toe in, you put it out there, everybody knows you're interested in it.
And I was like, oh, isn't it funny?
Anyone else heard about it? Yeah.
I said I did it all the ways that would make me feel safe, but still not actually like got there. And so I'm like, you know what? Like I see like this whole conversation. I think this is valuable. I think it's valuable to hear women talking. I don't think it's an accident that we have been friends for so long and that we could do this. Like you can't just throw 4 random women together to do this because we've got history upon history, like, and it's a conversation. And it's safe. And so you can have that conversation that, and I think that's going to be a blessing to other people to hear for women that aren't competing and like, like all the things that people try, whatever society tries to pretend happens among women. I'm like, no, this is what real women friendship looks like, that when they care about each other. And so I'm like forcing myself, like, don't hide behind this is just some silly idea. Like take yourself seriously. Like, and so I'm like making ChatGPT, like, give me a timeline for when we're going to do this thing. Like, because I'm like, I want to take it serious. I don't want to be dismissive of myself anymore. And like the idea, and like if it's wrong and I've read the room wrong, cool. I still had like so much fun with you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you've kept the momentum going too, Marie. Like you have like,
I think you give yourself enough credit for your ability to be vulnerable with a group of people.
Yeah.
Like with your writing, like that's one of the number one fears, I think, if you were to do a panel in a room.
Yeah.
But you excel at it. You're like, here's my experiences.
Because if I can make the joke faster, Rachel.
No,
but I mean, I know where it's rooted,
this is different
it is
than the writing. Like I think, like your blogs, this is like a blog in person.
Yes, a whole different thing.
But I think that's a massive strength of yours. That you
it is.
Yourself
yes, no, I think I don't think because it's funny because it's like everybody's strength you think is easy because it's easy for you. Like it is easy for me to kind of be like vulnerable or honest about like whatever and writing for sure and like but like Shelley thinks, well, why can't y'all get here on time and it feels like, and I know that's not what you're thinking of as a strength.
I said I'd be here at 6
but
I thought you'd be done with
but no, and I don't mean that like you're judging anybody for not being on time. I just mean like your brain does naturally like okay, so we went on vacation and like Lindsay, my sister-in-law, is very much like you, like just play it in a loving way. Like nothing's ever like, we have to do it this way. It's always like, I've planned it. And when things go different, cool. Like that's always Shelley's like gift in a group setting. Like I'll get us there and we'll get there however this group needs to get there. Like, but I know all those steps we're going to take before we get to that. But, and I was like, ChatGPT, can you make me a to-do list before vacation? And so all the normal crap that goes in your brain, like pack your kids' stuff. And I was like, y'all, look at what it made. I was like, I'm always like the night before the vacation, like, and I was like, look, I can do this like 2 days before. I can go fill up the tank before. Like, I've never like I don't have that brain. And so I don't have, like, I know y'all don't have.
To my executive function, and she makes a list and gives it to me and a Quinn before we go on vacation. She literally does.
I love it.
Like when I would drive for her field trips, she would tell me the day before to fill up with gas. And
yes. See?
Planning that stuff out is a preventative for anxiety for people who have that in their head. It's not it's not because we're trying to control something besides not having a panic attack when things are rushed.
She is anxious. That is true.
Or if I get there and I've forgotten something, or, like if I got there, and you're like, man, I really wanted to go see this and we didn't have time, I would feel like I let you down.
Oh, no.
Like if I didn't plan it right, like if I didn't plan it right, I would feel like I've let the people down that were leaning on me to plan it.
Yeah. No.
So I feel like I have to kind of get everything in order, and then like, like the kids are getting ready to go to this camp or whatever, and it was like pack shirts and pants and a white t-shirt. And I'm like, why a white t-shirt? Wait, y'all gonna do something with this white t-shirt? Right. They didn't say they were doing something with this white t-shirt, but I gotta go got a white t-shirt now. That has to be one of the things that and I didn't have them, so I had to order it. Yeah,
the whole thing, like,
I just wanted a t-shirt.
Anybody else have things that they're going to possibly fail out or put themselves out there?
You're like such a boring person. You know what? I would like to. We talked about taking art classes. I'd like to take a dance class as an adult and not be like embarrassed. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to be like joyful. Like I want to do something fun that I may look like silly. Yeah. I don't know. So that might be fun to do.
That's a great idea. I
like just
that.
doing something like
you can do it.
You're like, yes. Do you still dance?
Not much. Although Miss Burlingame from Antioch, she does an adult dance class.
Where?
At oh gosh, if you hadn't asked me, I could have told you. She's not at Antioch anymore. She's at a new high school.
Okay.
And it's right out of my brain because that's my ADD brain. But she does a class.
Yeah. I've looked at watercolor painting classes for myself. I've got a couple of my emails I want to look into taking. It's only $5. It's like one class. It's just $5.
I love that idea. Like Marie had the big picture idea. Like I'm going to continue this podcast. I'm going to make it something, and I love that. But I also like that feels really overwhelming for me. Yeah. Like I don't have a life-changing idea besides like go where Marie tells me to. Yeah. I'll come on your journey with you. Exactly. But I love this idea. Like just do something. I keep saying I'm going to take a tennis class, and or Pilates or something, and I don't because I'm like scared.
Oh, am I going to make the time? Because it's like it forces you to prioritize yourself, and it's like. Is it be worth my time away from the family?
Exactly.
Isn't that the worth it costs? But it's like something just gotta do it.
Yeah. And then if you sign up, then you do it. And if you miss some, you miss some. Yeah. It's not like if you fail, you fail. You know, like my knee hurts too much.
Student.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good example.
I love it.
Your kids to see you be a person outside of them too.
Love it. Like, that's a great idea.
My mom I don't remember her. She was so dedicated to her job and to her family. I don't remember her going out with friends a lot. So that's something that I want to show, like, go out with your friends. These are valuable relationships, and she just didn't have the time because she was so committed to us and to work. But I want her to see that, and I want her to see normalized adult female friendships that are long lasting. Yeah. So I think those things are important. Like, I went to leave today and she was like, "Don't leave me." And I was like, "You should have brought her. You should have brought her. She's here. It should be on the table right now."
It's all good. She'd be running around all these other kids.
Yeah, it's important. Mommy's going to see her friends.
Yes. It is good. It is good for her to see that. But
I think sometimes, and then you have boys, so it may be a little bit of a different dynamic. I have daughters, so there's some difference there, but they need to see mommy being, a person.
Yeah.
It's so true. I love that.
One thing I am thinking I want to do that I might fail at.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited.
Next year, well, this is not it, but next year, me and Matt are going to an Alaskan cruise.
Okay.
I wanted to go to Mount Glacier National Park.
Mm-hmm.
But we wanted to go this year, and then we ended up not being able to go this year, which thank goodness, because there's no staff. But
that's true.
But we are looking at going. So, but we're not going to go next year because we only do one, so our trip a year kind of thing. So we're looking at maybe 2027. But there's one hike that I want to do up to one of their pretty hikes. It's 10 miles round trip up a mountain.
Yeah,
Shelly, if you want to do any practice,
I want to try
hikes. Yes, Marie can put in get me to hike 10 miles up a mountain plan on ChatGPT, and we will say in Middle Tennessee, and we will find different hikes.
And
because I've actually thought, I want to start, there's all these waterfalls and stuff. I want to start,
we just went to Fall Creek Falls last weekend.
And we can take the kids on some of the smaller ones, say break up the kid-friendly ones, the not kid-friendly ones. Yeah. Let's do it. Hikes. We're going to get you in shape to do it, Shelly. We can do it. Build up.
But I was talking to Matt about that, though. One of the things that's going to make that harder is by then I'll be 2 years older than I am now.
No, you'll be that's like me. In 10 years, I'm going to be in better shape. In 2 years,
I'm also scared of the bears. They say there's bears. You got to bring bear spray. So I'm really scared of this hike, but I want to see what's at the end. Bears. Yeah. No, I want to see what's at the end of this hike.
Shelly, what are you afraid of? Bears.
That's a valid fear. That is a valid fear.
It is if you're in Mount Glacier National Park.
No, we can.
And there's no staff. And they're just running amok up there right now. They're like, this is great.
Did you see there was a video of a bear putting up a cone?
It was a Gallatin.
No, it was at some national park.
This was the other day on the news.
It was yesterday. Picking up a traffic cone that fell over, and they're picking up the slack from the National Park Service.
No, there was a bear in, I think, near Gallatin, running down the street yesterday on the news.
My kids think going on bear. Non-stop. So she has maybe summoned.
Yeah, he was there.
So anything for you, Rachel? Anything you're going to put yourself out to possibly fail at?
Probably not in the next couple of years. I'm very tired now. I'm real tired. No, most of the focus right now is motherhood, and that's a pretty big thing to fail at. So that's where
we get that. I've been there.
The pouring into is going right now. But hey, maybe in a couple of years when she's in school.
You know what? We tricked you into this today.
That's accurate. That is accurate.
This is something you did that you were not planning on.
That's correct. Yeah,
love it. Love it. Well, this was wonderful, ladies. Thank y'all so much. Yes. And we could just
thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Great. This room always
that was tricky, guys. But so I was like, we get started at 5. We'll be done by 6.
We did start at 5.